I apologize if I butchered your name.
It's Kalanit Saidon. Hello.
Oh, hello.
You guys can just call me Kala. It's easier.
Oh, don't want to use your full government name?
Yeah, I'd rather not dox myself like that, even though it's literally my username. But
Well, your
worry
full
about it.
government username.
Full government username.
How else are they supposed to find your socials?
What'd you say?
How else are they supposed to find your socials?
That is true. That is
Commission
true.
you. And your beautiful artwork that you cook up so
Yay.
quickly.
Indeed,
I'm
it's so
just a human
beautiful.
printer.
Of course, we got plenty of questions. So, what made you get into illustrating in the first place?
So I grew up on a lot of TV as a kid, as a lot of people did. And my dad got me into like a lot of animated shows. One of them was Astro Boy. That was like the first ever anime that I watched. And I loved Astro Boy. I loved it so much. I was obsessed with it for like most of my childhood. And like I remember seeing this one clip because like they have a very interesting end credits where it's like a frame by frame animation of a character. And you're like, oh, that looks so cool. I want to do that. I want to draw stuff like that. So I started drawing Astro Boy a lot, and then that transitioned to like other things that I like, so like Sonic and other video games. And it kind of just grew from there. I just really liked drawing things and making them look lively. Say, I don't know, I watched cartoons and they felt so alive, and I was like, I want to do that too.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, and it looks like someone from the audience wants to ask a question. That would be Kevin. Come on up, Kevin.
Hello.
Hello. So my question to you is, what was the process in making the VTuber models that you made, say like the one for Team Starlight as an example, because they're just so good and so detailed.
So it's a pretty lengthy process. This process itself is simple. It's just all the like additional steps that go into it that makes it like take a long time. But usually when I make the VTubers, obviously I'm like given a design to work with, but I like to add my own little details here and there. And obviously like I'll give it to the commissioner for feedback to see if they actually like it and want to use it. But I like, adding my own little things to the VTuber's design or whatever. So like for example with Team Starlight, I believe Sora still has it, but Sora and Trixie should have like little heart pieces on their head, and that was like a little touch that I added. So after doing that, like I'll go in and I'll draw the art, and I have to divide everything up. So like every little moving piece has its own individual layer. And I kind of have to plan around what aspects of the model are going to be moving, even if like you wouldn't expect it to be something that moves. I kind of have to take that into account before I even start working. So once I have like all the art cut up and rendered and all of that, then I take it into the wonderful program Live 2D, which is where I make all my VTubers in. And there's a lot of steps that go into that. I don't know if you want me to explain all of that, but it's basically just kind of animating every single movement that it can go in, if that makes sense.
Did you also design those little Team Starlight badges, or was that someone else?
I did not. I'm not familiar with who made those.
Okay, yeah, I love the little heart on the top of their head. I thought that was a very cute addition to their model.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you for answering my question, and keep up the great work. I'm looking forward to see what else you come up with in the future for any VTuber model.
Thank you.
Very good. I kind of have a follow-up question to the one I asked. Have you played any Astro Boy games?
I have. I think there's only like I want to say 2 or 3 Astro Boy games. I've played two of them. There's one for the Game Boy Advance that I grew up on. I love that one so much, and it's actually like a surprisingly good platformer game. Like it's actually really fun. And it has a pretty good story. I don't remember the story off the top of my head, but I remember just thinking of it as like a really solid game growing up. Then there was another one for PlayStation 2. I don't remember the titles of either of these, but I know there was one for PlayStation 2 that didn't look the best, but it was still like a surprisingly fun game. It was a lot shorter than the one on the Game Boy Advance though. But it had fun boss battles. It was fun.
Ooh, the one on PlayStation 2 was just simply called Astro Boy, while the one on Game Boy Advance was Astro Boy Omega Factor. The PS2
Oh.
game was developed by Sonic Team, while Omega Factor was developed by Treasure.
Yeah, that one was by Sega. The one for PlayStation 2, I remember that. I remember seeing the little Sega logo when it started up.
And, speaking of Treasure, have you ever made artwork based on characters from a variety of Treasure games like Gunstar Heroes or Guardian Heroes or Alien Soldier?
No, I don't think so. And I'm not familiar with any of those titles, to be honest.
Ooh, I
You
might
know, you
have to get
said
you introduced to them.
well, you said Astro Boy got you into drawing, and like I can see it like in the sketch, like through the eyes and the ears.
Yeah, it's not very subtle. It wasn't intentional at all, but it kind of just made its way back into my art.
Well, I think it's pretty cool that it like still influences your art today, and like
Thank
it's
you.
part of your style.
I think it speaks volumes as to like how much it meant to me growing up. And like still means to me a lot. Like I'm still very interested in anything new Astro Boy that gets released.
Ooh.
So my question for you is, besides the VTuber modeling thing, what is the toughest commission you've had to work on?
Besides the VTubers.
Yeah, because I know that whole thing is super
Those-
complex.
I had one, kind of straying away from the question. I have one VTuber that took me over a year to finish, and it's painful.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Let me think of aside from VTubers what was hard. I can't think of a specific one, but I have had to make like starting soon screen animations for people, and those tend to be like very difficult for me to do because it's like you would think it would be simple, but I'm taking something that's already like kind of static. Like I'm taking a scene that isn't really too active, so like someone at their computer desk, for example. Like there's not a lot of movement that goes on into that, but I have to think of like, okay, how many moving parts can I create in the scene to make it like as interesting as possible? So it ends up taking a while because of that. And then again, I have to go in and divide all the pieces that are going to be animated. And it's hard because it's like it's a fully rendered scene. Like it's kind of difficult to break that down into individual pieces.
So it's like you're having to basically redraw an already existing artwork.
No, I make the scenes myself, so like I'll sketch it out and all
Oh.
of that. Yeah.
So you're just like, all right, so I had this 100,000 pieces. How do I make these work?
Yeah. Basically.
I can see that. I was going through your Blue Sky page. I just want to say I really love the Powerpuff Girls one you had 5 months ago.
Oh, thank you. That one's still being worked on. That's a commission.
Oh, okay.
I'm very happy with it though.
Well, since we are in a Sonic server, naturally I should be asking some Sonic questions. What Sonic characters do you like the most and why?
I'm gonna ask if you guys can guess.
I'm gonna guess Amy.
That's so crazy. It is Amy.
Oh, I was just about to guess that.
Just a small suspicion. There's no obvious signs or anything.
Yeah, no obvious signs like on your art station or anything.
But yeah, she's definitely my favorite. She's been a long-term favorite. I think she's always been my favorite, to be honest.
Aw. Actually, a bit of a follow-up question. Which design of Amy do you enjoy drawing the most?
Um, I think just modern Amy.
All
The
right. Fair.
the basic default Amy.
All right. Fair enough. Well, what's your favorite Sonic game?
uh, this isn't a typical answer, but Sonic Heroes. That's how I got into the franchise.
All right, good answer.
Oh, so you just
I
got
love
like
Sonic.
thrown into all the teams.
It was funny because like I discovered Sonic Heroes in a weird way. I initially was playing through Ocarina of Time, the Zelda game, because that was a big part of my childhood as well. But I was also very young, and there were certain elements of it that scared me. And my brother was like, "This game is scaring you too much. You should play Sonic Heroes instead." So I started playing that, and I was like, "Whoa, I actually really love this."
64-bit graphics can be pretty terrifying, as I know all too well.
They can be a lot sometimes. Mostly just because I was a baby.
Speaking of scary things, is there any like Halloween-inspired artwork that you enjoyed making?
Uh, I love making Halloween art or just like spooky art. Hold on, let me find one. There was one I made of me as a witch. I think that one's
Ooh.
still really cool. Uh, if I can find it.
Just gotta go through your folders of thousands of
there's I have like
photos.
I have 3 different hard drives of art folders from different years. I got a
Hard
lot of them.
drives?
Yes. Well, not like full hard drives of just art, but like different hard drives I've gone over the years that have art folders in them. Uh, this one is pretty good. This isn't the exact one I was talking about, but this is one. I made kind of like a witch design like a couple years back of my character.
Oh, it's wonderful.
That's super cool. There's just so much detail in here, like with the shirt being ripped and
Yeah,
like you can see
I think my favorite part about it is like the little scrunch that I did. Like it's very subtle, but I think it adds a lot to like the face scrunching. This is another spooky artwork that I did. It's not really spooky, it's just the inking that makes it look a little scarier.
yeah, I could see it.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
The delayed reaction.
But is it that delayed? Yes. Yes, it is.
One second, I'm gonna switch back to the other thing. I have
All right
like
then.
I have like a bajillion Clip Studio Paint files open. I have to make sure I'm clicking on the right one.
Is there a Sonic character that you have never drawn or haven't drawn in a long time that you would like to draw at some point or draw again?
Um, hmm. Blaze. I've drawn her a couple times in the past. She was actually the first character I got commissioned to draw. That was 7 years ago.
Aw.
But she's nice to draw. I don't really draw her much at all though.
Oh, indeed.
So Kevin in the audience has submitted a text question. Is there a VTuber you would love to make a model for one day?
I don't follow up with too many VTubers anymore, honestly, but if I had to pick one, I'd love to make another model for Mimi Pion again. It was fun making her model.
Oh.
You know, while I'm looking at your art station, I see that you have 3 commissions from Anna Pantsu.
I do.
Like, I've seen those artworks, so I was like, "Oh, these are cute."
It was funny because like I want to say 2 years ago, a friend of mine, she was in art school, and she brought me to class one day, and they were doing like a whole portfolio showcase thing, and the teacher was nice enough to let me join. And we were going through my art station, and the Anna Pantsu art came up, and like 2 different people were like, "Oh, I've seen that before." I'm like, "Oh, that's so cool." So those 2 drawings that I did, I think get recognized a lot by people.
I just
What
think
do you?
that's pretty cool because she's obviously commissioned to such talent, and like those were good music videos as well.
Yeah, she's a very nice person. She's very sweet.
She is indeed wonderful. Do you have any new products that are coming up for this year? And if so, can you tell us about them?
So it's got postponed a little bit, but I actually have new merch coming out soon. It's like a big project thing.
Ooh.
I can't speak on it too much because it's not public yet, but it is very cool. It's probably like the nicest merch I've ever put out. So I would keep an eye on that.
Oh, looking forward to
Oh,
it.
so are you gonna go to the Sonic Neon Summit?
I am not. Unfortunately, I think I already have like 2 other conventions I'm going to this year, so my plate's a bit full in terms of conventions.
Ooh, which one are those?
Lightbox and Sonic Expo.
So you are gonna be at Sonic Expo for those of you who are going there.
I am. I'm gonna be tabling there. I tabled there last year.
Which do you like doing more, traditional mediums or digital art, or do you like both?
I love both. I love doing all types of art. I love doing anything with my hands. I just like making things. It makes me
Wonderful.
happy.
Now, that's another good question to ask. What
Well,
would you
another
tell
good
a
question.
person? Oh,
I was about to say
I'll let you
another
go.
good question to ask is which program are you using for your
Clip
illustration right
Studio.
now?
Clip Studio. I'm so loyal to Clip Studio. I recommend it to everyone I know. It's the best drawing program I've ever used.
All hail Clip Studio.
I'm too
Essentially,
broke
yeah.
I'm too broke for Clip.
See, that's not a problem either because the program I have the second most loyalty to is Crita, 'cause that
Yeah,
got
there
me
we go.
going.
There we go. That's the one I
Because
used.
if anyone ever says like, "Oh, I can't get closer to you," I'm like, "That's okay. Please get Krita instead."
Okay, good. Crit is on the list. Let's go.
Sweet. What is something that you would tell a beginning artist who wants to start getting into art seriously?
um, kind of ironic. Though I don't mean to sound like I'm 14 and this is deep, but don't take it seriously. Don't take it so seriously that you stop being creative and enjoying the process. Because it's good to learn new techniques and to study things and all these different things, but there's a certain balance that you need, right? Like you still need to just draw for the sake of drawing, but there's also times where you can find certain areas to learn something. So what I typically do is I'll have a drawing idea that I want to do. I'm not specifically trying to study or do anything, but if there's an aspect of the drawing that requires me to learn something new, then I'll use that as an opportunity to practice something new. So for example, if I'm drawing something that has like a lot of water in it and I don't know how to render water, I'll use that as an opportunity to learn how to render water instead of just dedicating a study to that, because I have more passion when it's going towards like an actual piece that I'm already doing. So it ends up making like studying more, I don't want to say impactful, but like more effective, I guess, because I'm already making something that I'm passionate about, and that just makes the studying even better.
Ah, wonderful. Oh, we got a question in the chat from Toast.
Thai toast!
Kala, what is your favorite thing about having an artist alley table last year?
uh, it was so fun to like do such a big project with friends, I would say. It was such a nice experience to table and to have like my friends nearby and making like a group effort where we're all like working at the table and selling merch, talking to people, all these different things. So that was my favorite part. I also loved being able to put the table together. I put so much effort into making the table. I like built like a whole pop-up shop by myself. And then I had to get it all to fit in a suitcase so that I could take it to the convention.
Do you have a memorable interaction with anyone while at the table?
Also from
Um,
Toast.
I'm horrible with names, but the VA for Amy came up to me and bought my art, and I was like, "Oh, that's so cool! I'm so honored. Thank you."
That's a,
Oh,
that's amazing.
Oh, I know. I was like, "Oh, I love you so much. You voiced my favorite character." I didn't say that, but like I was thinking that, like, "Oh, that's so cool."
oh, that would be Lisa Orditz. Oh, she's wonderful.
Yes. Again, I'm horrible with names, but he was so nice.
Oh, we got another question from Kevin. Are there any merch that you enjoyed making the most?
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Oh, is there any merch that you enjoyed making the most?
Um, out of the ones that I already have public, I would say probably the Amy Rose one, where she's like super rendered out and is like in a sunset environment. I like that one the most, and I liked that I turned her into a cardboard standee. It was a very fun experience. I got a lot out of that one. I got prints. I got a cardboard standee. It was just a
Oh,
really good drawing.
I should get a car for a standee of myself. Then I can look at
Someone
myself.
someone wanted to buy the standee, and I said no. I was like, this is my pride and joy. I want to take it home with me.
Oh, you can't buy that. It's mine.
And no, literally.
What?
I made
You
I
want
made
it?
it
Don't.
myself. I deserve to keep it.
Hmm. Is there any more standees that you plan on making in the future?
uh, I do want to make another one for this year's table at Sonic Expo. I'm debating between having like a Sonic one on the opposite side of the table to Amy, or I may do one of like me, just like kind of popping out the side of the table because I think that would be cute. It depends on like the spacing and whatnot, and if I have again the spacing to do it. But I would like to have a cardboard cutout of myself because I think it'd be cool.
Oh,
I think it
I
does
think
sound
it.
super cute to have your little kid, your person up there with you.
Yes.
It's like you can either talk to me or cardboard cutout of me.
No, it's perfect because if I ever have to leave the table, I could just put the cardboard cutout at the front of the table. It's like I never left.
I could see somebody having like a long conversation with the cardboard cutout and feel like, Kel, I'm so glad you listened to all of my comments. It makes me feel
Exactly.
glad.
I'm just such a good listener.
You know, if you attach like a mic to it, you can make it even more lifelike.
I could have like a tape recording that's just like, yeah. Oh, that's so interesting. And it's just that for like 30 minutes.
On repeat, of course.
Yeah.
Hmm. What is your favorite non-Sonic game?
Ocarina of Time for sure. That one, like I said earlier, that one was a big part of my childhood. I still love it so much today. I've replayed it more times than I can count.
Well, we have another text question from Toast. As an artist, if you had an unlimited budget, we we all wish that, and a team of artists, what would be your dream project?
Back to back to Astro Boy. I would want to make my own reboot. That I would want to do that so badly. Because again, I have so much passion for that franchise, and again, I grew up on the show, so like I have a very good understanding of everything, all the characters, the world, etc. So I feel like I could really, really make something good. I just don't have the money to. I don't have the time to either. I've been so busy.
Oh,
Yeah, time and money are unfortunately very limited resources.
And they are unfortunately the most important resources.
Yeah. Actually, that does bring me to a question. If you had to cut like if you could like cut something out of your schedule and like live, what would you cut out?
Work.
Work.
I'd love not to work.
So it wouldn't like not be sleep and like you could
No,
like
I love sleep. I don't want to cut that out. I'd rather cut out work. Why would I sacrifice sleep when I could sacrifice work?
yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, I work very, very long hours, and I'm switching jobs that also requires me to work very long hours. But I would like to have more free time to do more like passionate art because for a very long time most of my art has just been like for other people, so like commissions and whatnot. And I haven't really been able to like make anything super passionate until recently because I'm kind of transitioning from commissions to this new job that I have, and it's been nice because I've been able to like be more passionate about my art. I just wish I still had more time for it.
oh, we got another question from Toast. What is one thing you know now after years of being a full-time artist that you wish you knew when you first started?
Um, it's not worth spending all those extra hours on the tiniest details. Most people do not see it. Because I'm very much a perfectionist, and when I go into something, which is a good mentality, like I want to give my absolute best, but there are times where I, put too much into something that doesn't really need it, and I end up like paying the price for it because not wasted, but I spent like way too much time on it when I could have been doing the next thing.
Oh, indeed. Speaking of like those tiny details, what is an Easter egg in your illustrations that you would like to point out? Do you have any?
Uh, an Easter egg. Can I get an example?
Yeah.
Some not
Like,
here.
Little details that you've added in there for fun. It's like, oh yeah, this is cute. Kind of like the hearts that you did on the VTuber models.
Um, I guess the faces. It's not really an Easter egg, but I always make my faces very, very expressive, especially with the eyes. It's very subtle, but I like to think that it's a little signature.
oh, I got one. I got a good one. Is if you were commissioned to do like cover art for, say, like a video game or a comic book of a particular franchise, which one would get you the most excited to do art for?
Um, if the new Zelda movie wasn't live action and it was animated and they asked me to make a poster, that would make me happy.
Oh, I can see that.
It would go so hard.
Hmm. Which legend is there any other Legend of Zelda games that you enjoy outside of Ocarina of Time?
Uh, I like both Majora's Mask and Wind Waker. Those are like my two other favorites.
Yes. The direct sequel to Ocarina of Time, depending on if you
it's very on brand, but you can't argue with me because all three are amazing games.
indeed. I guess we can't really count Link to the Past since in order to get to that game, you gotta get a game over against Ganon.
Yeah,
And who wants to get a game over in a game just to access another game? Am I right?
I love game over screens.
Actually, here's a good question. What's your favorite game over screen?
The Sonic Unleashed one. When you're the werehog and he just screams.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I don't. I think that one's the most memorable.
As well as when you're fighting, because it's like, do you like jazz?
Yeah, yeah. The jazz is good though.
Oh
It goes
yeah.
hard.
Here's another one that kind of relates to that. Is there any music that has inspired like a specific piece of artwork?
Every time, honestly, all of my art, I'll usually have one song on hand. If it's like personal art specifically, like I'll usually have one song on hand, and that really helps me like convey the emotion that I want in the art.
Hmm.
So it's kind of hard to say a one-time thing because it happens all the time.
That's good. It's always great when one media is able to inspire another medium.
Yeah.
Audio inspiring visuals. I love that. Speaking of visuals, what's your favorite color?
Yellow.
Good or
I
yellow?
I I have a slight problem. I buy so many things that are yellow. I'll put together like entirely yellow outfits sometimes. It's pretty bad.
What do you mean it's pretty bad? Yellow's a sunshine, happy color.
It is, but like I'm like the yellow version of Barbie.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That is true.
Definitely nothing wrong with that. It's like you're going super, which also leads to another question. Which super form of any character do you enjoy the most?
Um, I don't know why. I think I like the Shadow super form the most. Because from what I remember, doesn't he still keep like his stripes?
Yes, he still keeps his stripes
Indeed.
and his eye color.
I think that's nice. It's a little more unique than the other super forms because they don't have any like stripes going on, so you get like a nice contrast of yellow and red.
Wonderful. So, have you been watching the Chow Tales recently? And if so, which episode is your favorite?
I I haven't watched it, but it does look very cute. I know
It
little
is.
about it. I'm so sorry, but it does look very cute, and I'm very happy they're doing more animated stuff.
Oh, I know. You're probably waiting till all the episodes get released so you can watch them all in one go.
It could be.
Maybe. Possibly.
Perchance.
In theory. What is your dream vacation?
I don't know where, but just having a chance to hang out with all my friends at once. So all my friends are pretty like spread apart. It makes it hard to hang out. It makes it hard to see everyone regularly. But I would love to have like one visit where just everyone in one place. I think that'd be a very big core memory and probably the best vacation.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Especially if you're able to bring your pets with you. Speaking of which, do you have any pets?
No, but I really want a pet. I want to get a little wiener dog so bad.
Oh,
Oh, would you dress him up as a hot dog?
Yes, I would draw them as a hot dog. I would crochet them little sweaters. I would put bows in their ears. They would be so spoiled, but they would deserve it because they're my little baby dog.
oh. What would you name your dog?
It's really stupid, but I think it's funny to get a dog that isn't like black or white and name them Snoopy just because they don't look like Snoopy at all.
No, that's super funny.
I love Snoopy so much, but I think it's funny to get a dog that doesn't look like Snoopy.
Have you drawn any of the Peanuts game?
I haven't, but that would be fun to do sometime. I love Peanuts a lot. I've never drawn it though.
Oh,
Would you say that you're nuts about it?
Um,
Listen,
well now I'm gonna say no.
oh,
I
lordy.
had to. I'm sorry.
No, I
Okay,
understand.
you're fine.
I respect it. I respect you committing to the bit.
Hmm. Do you have any like favorite films?
Oh yes, Howl's Moving Castle. I love Studio Ghibli. That one's my favorite. I don't really rewatch shows or movies that much, but I've rewatched that movie the most out of every movie I've ever seen.
So I can see, and I can definitely see tiny bit of a Studio Ghibli reference or inspiration in your art.
Yeah, I think it's so interesting how people's art styles will kind of just be like an amalgamation of stuff that they like.
Speaking of other stuff that you enjoy, do you have a favorite television series?
Arcane. I just finished season 2. I'm so obsessed with Arcane. You cannot ask me this question in the midst of my Arcane obsession.
All right, I could see that. Oh, like Toast might be getting a question. Before that, oh, look, Toast is another Jinx enthusiast.
I love Jinx! My baby! She's my sweet baby girl. She never did anything wrong.
That is a chaos gremlin. What are you talking about?
She's just like me.
Have you ever had to handle art block at any point?
Oh, absolutely. This past year I've dealt with it like chronically.
Oh,
It's hard. It's definitely like an environmental thing for me. But I usually get out of it when things like get better for me. When things aren't doing that great, it's harder for me to make nice art.
mm. Do you have a favorite number?
27, because I'm a narcissist and that's my birthday.
I wouldn't say that. I'd say it's your lucky number.
Exactly.
Lucky number 7. But we'll put a 2 beside it
27.
because why not?
You gotta move that 2 in there.
Yeah, just put them in there, put them beside each other. Let the 2 numbers go on a date.
Oh my god, 2 and 7 kissed?
Ooh, that'd be some fun art to consider. A 2 and a 7 having a wonderful kiss with each
Hold
other.
on. Hold on.
Actually,
I got you, don't worry. um,
Wait. Oh, oh, oh my I love it. Oh,
it's beautiful.
oh, that is wonderful.
there we go.
But so you're not above ship art. So do you have a favorite ship, like for Sonic or something like that?
Not really. I like them. I like Sonic, like in terms of Sonic, but I'm not like a hyper Sonic fan. Like it's not really something I think about. But if I had to like think of a ship or pick a ship, it would probably be like Sonic. At least in terms of Sonic.
That's always a good ship. Personally, I'm more of an Amy Blaze shipper.
Right.
That one's also
Amy
cute.
Supremacy. Because Amy deserves better than Sonic.
she does deserve better, but what if she fixes him?
If you want her to fix someone, you ship her with like a villain, like Infinite. I've seen that. I've seen it before.
I've seen it too. It's interesting.
I need to see that. Someday. Someday.
But I just feel
Ryu?
like she deserves the
Oh,
princess treatment.
I think everyone deserves princess treatment.
even me?
Yes, everybody. Everybody is a pretty princess inside.
Hmm. Well, apparently the princess inside of me is saying, "Let me out! Let me out! Let me out!" And I'm like, yeah.
Sounds like you
Is
might be
there any?
both the princess and the villain, bro.
Yeah.
The princess.
Oh, a villainous princess. Let's see. I know there's some out there. Villainous princess. Hey, you brain! Why must you go blank on me? Ew.
Just go to any Barbie princess movie to where they like go to high school or something
I
as
want to watch the
princesses.
Barbie movies so bad. Everyone hypes them up and they look so funny. They look like good junk food movies.
Oh, the original cartoon ones, like
Yes.
they are. They're amazing if you don't think about it, think about it logically.
No, yeah, I love movies like that. I love movies that I don't have to be serious about.
Let's
Who
see.
needs
Barbie and the
logic? I just want to
Pegasus.
be silly.
The Pegasus is her sister.
Wait, I think I've seen clips of that. That's stupid. I love that.
Is there any artists that you've been inspired by?
Um. Oh, what's her name? There is one artist that I've recently been studying more, or not studying, but just like keeping in mind more. I forget her name. Uh, hold on.
All right, take your time.
Okay. For now, I can't answer the question. I don't remember her name. I thought I have like a box cover from her that has her name on it, but I don't know where it is right now. So that's not really a question I can answer because my brain is horrible with names, even if I like that person.
All right, fair enough. Hey, no problem. Hmm. What is something that you wish more people knew about your art?
um, I wish more people noticed that my art is especially better when it's something that comes from my heart. So like if I'm going through something and I make art because of that, I think it's like 100 times better than anything else that I make. But a lot of people don't notice that. A lot of people just see my art as my art. And it makes me a little sad because I feel like, there's more care that goes into that art versus something that I just kind of make for the sake of making, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Uh,
I see that you have like a variety of different styles. Like you have what you're drawing here right now, and as well as like one to where you can actually visibly see the paint
Yeah.
strokes in different colors.
Yeah, I love doing different things. I don't like staying in one art style. I don't like confining myself like that.
it makes sense. It's always good to have a ton of variety. Yeah. What's your favorite video game system?
N64. I grew up on a lot of old consoles, and N64 was the most fun I had on one. It's either that or like GameCube. Those two are probably my favorites.
Mm. Did you ever get annoyed that Nintendo 64 cartridges didn't have like an end label?
I'm sorry, what do you mean?
And then they like a top label, like how video game cartridges would have like a top label, like if you're putting them up on their side, so that way you could pick them
Oh,
out.
yeah. What about that? Sorry.
Yeah, like you know how Nintendo 64 cartridges, how at the top of them they don't actually tell you the name, like at the top of them, so that way if you put them
Oh,
like
I guess I
like on a
never really
shelving unit.
mind that because they have the pictures on the front, so I never really mind that when I was storing it. I just kind of like lifted them up as I was going through them, which I guess I can see how that would be annoying, but I never minded, to be honest.
All right. Which cover art of the Nintendo 64 game is your favorite,
Um,
or of any game?
this is this is really silly. I like the one for Diddy Kong Racing. I think it looks cute.
Well, it's not really silly if you think it looks cute.
I know, but it's such a silly response to be like, "Oh yes, Diddy Kong Racing."
Well, just because your opinion isn't really like something that's super uh, out there doesn't mean it's wrong or silly.
That is fair. That is true.
What shapes do you consider to be the easiest and the hardest to draw?
Uh, Surprisingly, I think hexagons are the hardest. They're kind of awful to like make evenly. Easiest would be a circle. I think circles are easy. They're just a big loop.
Have
So
you
you're
read
saying you
any?
would
Oh,
so you're saying you would much rather draw organic shapes than mechanical ones.
Um, Not necessarily. I like drawing mechanical things. I more so just hate hexagons because I was drawing them the other day and I was like, this looks horrible. I don't know how to draw a hexagon. But I do like drawing like straight line things. I draw a lot of mechanical stuff.
mm. Have you read any comics recently?
No, I'm not a big comic person, unfortunately. I actually hate reading.
All right, fair enough. Not much of a reader
I,
myself.
I
But,
just
like,
don't have the attention span for it, and sometimes it makes me sad because I'm like, man, this looks cool. I want to read this, and then I can't get through it.
You don't have to read it. You can just look at the pictures.
That's true.
You'll be confused with what's happening, but you can just look at the pictures.
I mean, yeah, you just look at some artwork and think, okay, Kala is having a Twinkie. Okay, that's simple. Actually, here's another good question. What's your favorite candy, if you have one?
Uh, I'm not really a candy person. I like more like if I want something sweet, I want something like a dessert or something. I'm not really big on candy. I didn't grow up much on candy.
Honestly, you are very lucky. I have a bit of a sweet tooth, and
Oh no,
I hate it.
I'm grateful for that because like it's not that I don't have a sweet tooth. It's just that if I want something sweet again, I'm gonna probably want something with like I don't know, like chocolate or vanilla or something. I don't just want like candy.
Have you drawn any fruit? And if so, which fruit is your favorite to draw?
Um, oh, I don't know if I can find it, but I have a very like realistic painting I did of an orange and an apple, and I would say the orange is probably my favorite.
The
Oh,
apple, not so much.
Uh, the apple was cool because I had like one piece cut open, but
Mm.
I don't know. It was kind of weird to draw the inside. I can draw the inside of an orange a lot better. It's kind of just like drawing a pizza.
yeah. Another question from Toast. What is your favorite thing from Buskies? I apologize if I butchered
Bookie.
that name. Buskies.
Wait,
And
But
why
hold
is
on.
it cookie dough bites?
Uh, toasted cookie dough bites because that's what you gave me. It's special. That's why it's my favorite. It's for no other reason. It's because my good friend Toast gave it to me.
Oh. Such a sweet stop. Uh, Actually, you know what? What's your favorite food in general to draw or color?
To draw? Um, well, this is both like my favorite food and also just my favorite food to draw, but I love drawing eggs. They're so fun because I can make them shiny and they're just
egg.
kind of like globs.
Oh,
Okay, so one last question. So going off the favorite to draw, have you ever thought of drawing Eggman as an egg? Just egg. Make him
Uh,
super shiny.
it's okay. It's
Do it
okay.
for fun.
I can do that right now.
Oh,
Hold on.
add the mustache. That's all we need.
I love.
This
That's
is
how
after Sonic beats him up. And he's
Yeah.
Eggman.
He gets proud. Oh. One more final question for the panel. Where can anybody reach you at?
Uh, Twitter or my email is the best bet to get me.
Okay. Do you have a website we can reach you at as well?
I do. It is
I have
Kalanit
it
Saidon
right here. So wait
.com.
for you. Here, I'll drop.
All right then.
It is a very cool website. I made it myself. Please look at it.
There we go. It's
Aw.
dropped in the chat. Go check them out.
I'm looking at it right
Yippee!
now, and it is a wonderful website. And looks like that's all the time we got for the panel.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on.
Of course.
Thank you, Kala, for coming on. Anywho, upcoming events for Sonic Revolution. We have debunking fan theories with Sonic, Tails, and Sally tomorrow at 5 p.m. PST. We have two Revo Tunes on May 21st. It's Disney Junior, and on May 30th, it's Paramount Plus cartoons. Both were hosted by Leah Serenity Rose and Goken-san. And I hope that you all enjoyed the panel. Kala, is there anything else you want to say before we end it here?
Uh, it was very fun being able to talk about my art because I don't get to do that much. So thank you for giving me the space to do that and to kind of share my input on things.
Well, thank you very
Uh,
much for coming, and thank you everyone for listening.